So finally, Vijay, you and I will be able to talk about some cricket. Starting tomorrow in the Middle East is the IPL, the Dream 11 Indian Premier League. The fact that it has moved to the Middle East because of COVID situation in India makes it all the more interesting. But first and foremost, I think the fans of cricket will enjoy the fact that the sport has returned to India and that they will be able to watch some exciting entertainment on their television sets.
Yeah, if you remember, last fortnight we were discussing some of the cricket from England, where it was a different kind of cricket, Test cricket, which we all love, and but this generation, young generation, wants to watch entertaining cricket, which probably comes more from T20, more than Test matches, and for some of us of our generation, it's nothing new. Cricket in the UAE, we have watched some very exciting cricket in the past. Going there and uh, having some good memories and some very painful memories. But I think we can look forward to some exciting cricket in the next 1.5 months.
There has already been a COVID scare. The Chennai Super Kings team has had to face a COVID situation there. But then all the 8 teams have been put in bio bubbles. There have been put up in very safe environments. It does look like the tournament is all set to get rolling without incident. We can only hope that none of the players, none of the coaching staff or the support staff, or any of those people involved in running the tournament will get infected over the next 6 weeks or so, and hopefully they will all stay fit. It's going to be a new experience even for us, watching it from all this distance, watching any cricket from this distance and talking about it. What you and I are doing is probably in keeping with the current scenario, also in keeping with the modern trend that everybody loves to watch stuff on their screens.
Watch and hear than read, probably, right? And I'm only trying to keep pace, trying to still learn the nuances of this modern techniques. I'm very excited. I like this idea of bio bubble. It puts the onus on the players, the officials, and the organizers, obviously, because if they are disciplined, I see no reason why COVID will infiltrate IPL. And they have been, if they could do it in England so beautifully, there was not one incident. The only one was Archer going to his house. So here they have been enjoying. I've spoken to, I've been in touch with some of the players, nothing to do with IPL. And yes, initially they did struggle because nobody to speak to. I mean, just seeing that themselves quarantined. Now, once the tournament begins, they'll get to interact more and they will be doing what they like to do, that is to play cricket. And to me, I think that is what everybody is looking forward to. Evenings in front of your sofa or chair or bed or whatever, and the family can sit together and watch some good cricket.
There will be some good entertainment. There's no doubt about that. Hopefully, the pitches will hold on. We will get to the cricket part of it in just that bit, Vijay. I want to take you back to the fact that the cricketers are perhaps not used to playing before empty stand. I remember us talking about it, but to refresh the memory of the viewers, of those who are joining us now, it's going to be difficult for the players to adapt, even though some of them have played Ranji Trophy and Irani Trophy and Dilip Trophy before empty stand. But it's going to take some getting used to, isn't it? Empty, the sound of silence in the stadium. You can hear the sound of the ball meeting the bat and maybe some celebration once in a while. But it's going to be a very quiet form of cricket, isn't it?
Oh, yes. I think I would have loved to be in the stadium to hear the sound of ball hitting the bat. It's such a sweet sound. And normally you hardly get to hear it only during Ranji Trophy matches, I remember, and maybe test matches. Yeah, you're right about this new phenomena of watching, playing cricket in front of nobody. But they all know that there is an audience, huge audience worldwide following them on television. So they will be at their best behavior. Also, the fact that, as this morning I read, or was it yesterday, where Virat Kohli says that crowds do count, crowds do matter, but what ultimately counts is what you have come to do, which is you have come to play. So their concentration will be on playing. They sometimes, yes, when they do well, they will look for some appreciation from the stand, which will be missing. But the players, I think the dugout, the dugout strength will be doing extra work of cheering the players.
It's going to be interesting how they cope with the absence of spectators. Some of them, the introverted sorts, might actually enjoy playing before empty stand. The more extroverted cricketers who love to play to the gallery will have to make a massive adjustment. Uh, but talking about adjustment, Vijay, I think it's going to be a challenge for most players. 5 or 6 months of no cricket. It's been since March that they've not played any cricket. I think only a couple of weeks of net practice. It's going to be a big challenge for the best of players, especially the bowlers. I hope none of them get injured because there is a tour of Australia coming up for India. It's going to be interesting to see how the physios and trainers have managed the workloads of the bowlers, especially the fast bowlers, especially. And hopefully there will be no injuries and everyone will get to enjoy a bit of good cricket.
I think they have prepared well. Yes, I mean they have been. Some of them could be rusty. They haven't bowled, they haven't batted, they have not been chasing the ball or getting under the ball to take a catch. That they will have to adjust. But I'm sure, my friend, they have the concerned experts to kind of mold them, to kind of guide them. They have the trainers who are doing a very good job, I'm told. And then next sessions have been very fruitful. And yes, like you say very rightly, you will have to watch what happens in the match and how much of how they will cope with the pressures of bowling. And in those conditions, it's going to be very hot. It's going to be very humid, and it will be a very testing time for bowlers, definitely. But even for batsmen, you're not just swinging the bat, you are also running. You'll be taking quick singles or coming back for the quick second. So there again, fitness will be on will have to be they'll have to see how fit they are. But let us give them maybe 2 games each, and then judge them how they have prepared themselves and how they react to this challenge.
All right, let's get to the nitty gritties, Vijay. Do you have a favorite for the tournament already, or are you going to play safe and say, let's watch them play a few games? That's what I will say, because we have not seen them. We don't know what kind of form the batsmen or bowlers are in. We want to give them some time and then decide which team can go on to dominate this year. It's going to be interesting. On paper, all teams look evenly matched. Even RCB, which
Yeah.
brought up the rear end a couple of seasons for a couple of seasons now, looks very keen. New coach in place. I would think that maybe in a couple of weeks we will be able to figure out which of the teams have hit the ground running and can go on to dominate this year.
Yes. See, if you look at the form of the players, uh, English, West Indian, and Australians who have come into the IPL, they've had some practice, so they will. Can we say they'll have an edge because they have been in touch? They've held a bat in a match. They've held a ball in a match. So they might be. They might start with some advantage, but I will not rule out the others. I mean, they are also raring to go. They also have a point to prove, and they also must be keen to get on. It's very difficult. Must have been very tough for them to just sit at home or go to the gym. Everything indoor, everything confined to a small, small little, small space. But here, once they enter the ground, obviously they will be very excited. My only worry is that they should not get carried away and look to do something which they may have been doing in normal times. That will be also, they will also preserve themselves. There is, like you said, there is an Australia tour coming up, the long season ahead. But yeah, I mean, there will be some teams which will start as favorites and some players who I think will be, we both must be waiting to watch them.
So, someone like me, a Tamilian who was born and brought up in Hyderabad but has lived in Delhi, I have been the confused IPL fan, even though I worked with the Delhi Daredevils for 2 years. I have been the confused IPL fan, so I kind of embrace these three teams. Chennai Super Kings has always done really well in IPL. Sunrisers Hyderabad, and before that, the other Hyderabad team, which was Deccan Chargers, and the Delhi Daredevils or the Delhi Capitals. They've all been favorites of mine. Yes, of course, Kolkata Knight Riders and the Mumbai Indians have done well. They have been among the more consistent sides. But do you have your own favorites, Vijay? Or have you also been caught in between the cleft like I have been?
Yeah, first season I wanted Delhi to win, Delhi Devils, because I had, as you would know, we had some of our friends playing in, some cricketer friends who we have known right from the time they started their cricket. Unfortunately, they did not. And Delhi Capitals has turned out to be not Delhi Capitals, I would say Daredevils. So Delhi Capitals did well last season. So I am expecting the team led by Shreyas Iyer to do better than what they have in the past. CSK, yes, eternal favorites. Then you have Royal Challengers Bangalore. They promise so much every time, and this time again, they'll again be looking forward to at least making it to the playoffs and then maybe plan for the title. But don't rule out Mumbai Indians. I mean, this way, Rajaraman, I think that every team has a chance. So who do you? You can't say that this particular team will do well. But if you ask me, I would like to see a new champion, maybe Delhi Capitals.
That'd be nice. If indeed does Delhi go on to win, it'll be very nice. Uh, it'll be good for Shreyas Iyer. They have got R. Ashwin in. He could actually be one of the key players in the whole tournament, given the fact that the pitches might be on the slower side and on the lower side. Ashwin could be really a trump card for Delhi Capitals this season. You have any favorites within the Delhi Capitals side? Shreyas, of course, a terrific
Yes,
batsman,
I want.
has been a good leader as well. But Ashwin, I think, will be quite the trump card for Delhi this time.
Definitely, definitely. Ashwin is a very, he thinks a lot. Being an off spinner, yes. Being any spinner will think a lot. And he is a very intelligent guy. He can plan his victims, even in T20 he does. And like you said, yes, he will be the key. But I want to watch Shreyas Iyer take that one step to become a permanent member in the Indian team because he's quite an underrated batsman. He also has some amazing strokes, and he reminds me a bit of Rohit Sharma. The way the way they approach the batting with very good shots square of the wicket. So I think it will be good to see Shreyas Iyer and R Ashwin doing well in this IPL.
Let's take the Bangalore side, for example. Everyone will obviously want Virat Kohli to do well. He's coming back after such a long time. I don't think he's had such a long break. He must be looking forward to playing cricket, must be quite charged up and wanting to show his leadership skills as well. There have been some questions raised about his leadership skills in the limited over format, and here is his best chance with someone like a Yuzvendra Chahal as a spearhead for him. Definitely in the pitches in UAE, it's going to be an interesting season for the Royal Challengers Bangalore.
Oh yes, he himself is very motivated. I mean, this is one thing he has been eyeing so many years. The IPL title. I mean, many of his teammates have gone on and lifted the trophy. I mean, if you see, but Virat has not yet. held the trophy, the IPL trophy. So that could be a big motivation. And for RCB, you're right, Chahal is there, but I want to watch AB de Villiers because even if he plays 10 deliveries or if he faces 20, he is going to be an entertainer. I mean, he is probably modern cricket the biggest innovator when it comes to stroke play. So I would love to watch some De Villiers come up with some beginnings, and if he does it in partnership with Virat Kohli, wow, that will be a fantastic Jugalbandi.
Talking about Jugalbandi, Dhoni, perennial favorite, has now retired from international cricket, has got his set of fans who want the Talaiwa to go on and win the title again for Chennai Super Kings.
Yeah.
But without Suresh Raina and Harbhajan Singh, it's going to be difficult for Chennai Super Kings this time, isn't it?
Suresh Raina, he will miss because Raina is probably the most consistent and one of the finest all-time T20 players and ODI players. Harbhajan Singh's experience will be missed. I mean, he was also getting up. He was working hard, but he had his own reasons not to go for this IPL. But Suresh Raina's absence will be felt. But knowing Dhoni, I'm sure he will motivate the side with some innings by setting example, leading from the front. So it will be nice, and it will be good for Dhoni to remind people that yes, he probably had a couple of seasons more, and he should have continued.
It's probably also time that someone like Ravindra Jadeja really
Oh
pulls up
yes,
his game and proves that he is the best in the business. Going to be a very important bowler for Dhoni, and if he can score a few quick runs lower down the order for Chennai, he can show himself. He's been one of the assets of the Indian team as well for a long time now. But you really want him to lift his game up in the T20 format and deliver the goods for Chennai.
yeah, yeah. Ravindra, I mean Jadeja is not a bits and plays player. He can deliver. He can play as a batsman in the team. He can play as a bowler in the team, and don't forget his amazing fielding skills. So he is going to be a key factor, no doubt.
And when it comes to Kings 11 Punjab, with Anil Kumble as the coach, as the key person there, and in partnership with KL Rahul, I think everyone's excited to see how Rahul will figure as captain of the Kings 11 Punjab side. At some point of time, India will need to think in terms of future. Virat will need a good deputy at some point of time, and then eventually someone else will have to take over from Virat. Will that be KL Rahul? Do you think we will find some answers this IPL?
We can find some, definitely we can find some answers. And with our good friend Anil Kumble there as a coach, I mean, you can expect him to teach the best cricketing, what should I say, cricketing lessons. Whether, I mean, he's been a champion cricketer himself. And the best thing about him is he's able to read the game well and he understands which player in which situation can be used the best. And he's himself a fantastic motivator. So KL Rahul, same same background, both from Bangalore. Uh, Kumble understands him very well. But here I think for Kings 11 Punjab, the recent form of Glenn Maxwell is going to be the crucial factor. If Maxwell can play six good innings, I think they can very well think of winning the title. He can keep his best for the second half, and if Maxwell gets going, I think any bowler, any opposition, it will not matter. I mean, he will treat them with disdain.
It can only be hoped that Kumble will make a big difference to the way Maxwell plays his cricket. You're going to need someone to reel Maxwell in to make him understand that he can bring great value to the side, not only with his batting and his exciting fielding, but also with his 4 overs of off-spin bowling. He could be the trump card that Kings 11 Punjab holds. Let's now look at Rajasthan Royals, the other team which is closest to Delhi. Before we look at the other two sides, Rajasthan Royals, they've always been the underdogs. Shane Warne, of course, did some miracles with Rajasthan Royals, but it seems such a long time ago, Vijay. What do you
Yeah,
think Rajasthan Royals can do now to turn the tables and then get back in contention?
they can expect um, some kind of a revival. I mean, if you see after winning the first title, they have not really lived up to the promise. They have a good combination. They have had good combinations over the years. Here, I think Ben Stokes uh, can swing the a match on his own. Then you have Smith, Steve Smith, who can again be a terror if he wishes to. So these two can play a big role for Rajasthan Royals. I mean, it is time they also uh, they would look to replicate what Shane Warne did. But then Shane Warne did it because he was a playing member. You know, he was on the field. He would interact with them every ball. So here, we'll have to wait and see how someone like Ben Stokes or maybe like Smith, what kind of influence they will have with their batting.
Right. Let's move to Hyderabad, my hometown and yours as well. Uh, they have always been an exciting side, whether
Yeah.
they were in Chargers or in the new form of Sunrisers the last few years. They have been exciting. David Warner, especially, has has brought along so much excitement into the side. They will miss someone like a Shikhar Dhawan, who obviously moved to Delhi last year, but they have settled down into a good combination that no other team takes lightly.
You have an explosive batsman like David Warner, and then you have another. You don't need a calming influence in T20, but you have somebody like Kane Williamson, um, much underrated because I think he is probably the top three batsmen in any format in cricket, world cricket. So I'm very excited to watch Kane Williamson with his brand of cricket, and also like you said, Warner, who can again, who's a very destructive batsman. Absolutely one of the most destructive batsmen the game has known.
We moved from Hyderabad to Kolkata Knight Riders. Uh, Very strong outfit not too long ago, but they seem to have lost their way uh, after Gautam Gambhir's moving out of there. Uh,
Yeah.
does it look like Kolkata Knight Riders is ready this season to hit the ground running and challenge the other sides?
Yeah, the best thing about KKR is that they are not depending on one single player. They are a collective force, and now that they'll have this new exciting batsman called Tom Banton. So he, I think, will be the batsman to watch. I mean, we have watched him recently in England. He has come up. It's a good buy for KKR. I think he could be one of the most exciting batsmen of this IPL to watch.
Interesting, Vijay. You pick Banks. Whether he can adapt to the slightly slower and lower pitches, even though someone like a Ricky Ponting does expect a fair amount of bounce in the Middle East. It's going to be interesting to see how batsmen adapt to the challenges that UAE is going to bring in, the pitches they are going to bring in. That
Yeah,
leaves us with Mumbai Indians. Expectedly the favorites, um, perhaps because they've got the most balanced combination. Even though they will miss Asit Malinga, they
yeah.
look like they have the best combination for the kind of tracks that you will get. And Rohit Sharma has proved himself to be a very good leader in the T20 format as well.
I think someone like Rohit Sharma, he will not be at all fit up with what kind of surface he's batting on. And then you have this all-rounder called Hardik Pandya. He can finish off a game in 10 balls. So again, he will not be rattled by the kind of surface he's going to bat on. Yes, he likes the ball to come on, but he is also the one who can convert a very good delivery into a very ordinary one. And with Rohit Sharma as guide, if Rohit Sharma displays the form we have seen him in before the COVID happened, I think Mumbai Indians and CSK favorites every time the IPL happens. We can look forward to some good cricket from Mumbai Indians.
Do you want to take a punt on how the game is likely to pan out, or is it given how the circumstances are, given how the world is it a very uncertain outcome tomorrow?
Yeah, very uncertain, and like I said, it will be how Dhoni performs for CSK and how Rohit Sharma performs for Mumbai Indians. And these two players will hold the key, whatever position they come to bat, whatever situation they face in the middle. Like we discussed, we don't know what kind of the surface they encounter in the first game. So let us wait for a couple of rounds, couple of games, maybe 3-4 days, and then come to a judgment on the playing surfaces and the form of the players.
We shall, of course, enjoy every bit of cricket. We missed live action for a long time. We will be glued to our television sets, and we hope you will join us every single day, because we plan to be here at 9 o'clock every morning with with an edition of How's That, so that you understand the nuances of the game as Vijay and I get to see it. Um, we've been around a bit. We have adapted, and we are challenging ourselves to see how we fare with T20 and with coming to you on YouTube channels.
Yes, watching T20 and coming to you through Zoom call.
Will be interesting, Vijay. Thank you very much for your time today, and I hope to catch up with you at the end of the opening game. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.